Welcome back to another episode of Locked on Hoops with myself, Ben, and Jamel. How you doing?
Yo, 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 I'm out here surviving. It's hot as hell. And if this is any indication of what the afterlife is like, I gotta get my life together because
Yeah, get it together now, man. Get it because this heat, especially here in Texas, man, is not worth going that direction.
like I
But
don't know,
yeah,
yeah, like I don't know how you guys do it over there in Texas because shit, I can't.
yeah, you just stay in the house. That's
Shit,
about it. Don't come outside.
that's
Yeah,
my
don't come outside unless you got to.
shit. It's free staying in the house with the cost of living going up. When people ask me what I'm doing, I'd be like, I'm enjoying my rent right now.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this time inside. That we outside thing is over with.
You catch me outside after 7 p.m. And even then, I'm like, yeah, I need some sort of inspiration, I should say, for me to come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
And if you follow me on Instagram, I just posted something. I got a hell of a inspiring thing I got coming up this week, but that's for Locked on Hoops after dark. So,
Yeah. You have to pay extra for that content.
yep, on our Patreon coming soon.
Right, exactly.
So, all right, man. The WNBA is in full swing. Their All-Star games coming up in a few weeks. Right now, the Dream and the Sun are playing right now, I believe. And there's a lot of news coming out. Last night, the Savior, as some people hail her as, recorded her first triple double. She's the first WNBA rookie to record a triple double. And judging from the reactions, you would think she's the first person in human history to record a triple double.
Right.
Yeah. But what do you think about Caitlin Clark's performance yesterday against the Liberty?
Yeah, man. I think anything she does, like you said, is gonna be highlighted. Um, she ended up having 19, 13, and 12, her first triple double. The Liberty, which is not not a bad team, obviously with Sabrina on that squad, she scored 22. So I mean, I think it's just she is kind of the great hope right now. So anything she does, it'll definitely get highlighted. But I'm rooting for her. Hopefully, she continues to do well. But I also hope people don't take it lightly on her because she's at that top level. But the team as a whole is still struggling. So that's it is what it is there.
In facts, and they're starting to come together like a little bit. Like I've seen them play a couple times, and like yesterday, they started out hot after because coming into the game, the Liberty, they was about to sweep the season series, but like they came out hot yesterday, like guns blazing. Eventually, the Liberty would take control of the game, and but they blew the game in the fourth quarter. And I've seen flashes of what Caitlin can be on the pro level. Is she the savior? Probably not. Marketing wise, yeah, she is.
Yeah,
But yeah, well, like you said, happy she got the triple double. She's not the first person in history to get one, despite what you may see online. And yeah, I'm looking forward to her in the All-Star game going against the Team USA on the women's side. And for the first time in their history together, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, their first time teammates. How do you feel about that?
yeah, yeah. I think it's gonna be interesting to see. It would almost be like KD and Durant on the same team again. It's kind of what that would look like. But I don't think they have really real beef. I think they're competitors, and when you get on the court, all of that "I'm your friend" and stuff goes out the window. So it would be interesting to see, if they got a fast break and the ball's passed to Angel from Caitlin Clark. That would be interesting to see, or vice versa. But so I'm sure when they're on the court together, it's going to be nothing interesting to see. Who takes the shot or how they play together. So, time will tell. This may be one of those situations where they may love playing with each other, and they may be trying to link up later on. How a lot of the NBA, you know, super teams became what it was.
I wasn't around for this, but you probably was when Bird and Magic first played together in 1978. I
Yeah.
believe it was a Team USA invitational type of thing. And it was during that game where they kind of figured out that their weaknesses and strengths kind of match up with each other.
Hmm.
And I think it's the same thing gonna be for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Angel Reese, she's not a good shooter, but Caitlin is. Caitlin, she's a good playmaker, but Angel is not. So yeah, I think their games kind of could complement each other, and I think they can feed off of each other's strength and weaknesses. And if the WNBA is smart, they'll capitalize off of this like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. Started promoting it now. Get the billboards up with them two next to each other. I mean, this is your prime opportune time. And like you said, she's not the great hope, but she is the marketing great hope because obviously a lot of things have adjusted and changed. So, she has helped the game directly and indirectly.
Speaking of good marketing, Bronny James made his summer league debut during the California Classic yesterday. He didn't have a good game. He only had 4 points. He had a couple of assists. He looked pretty good defensively, but it, but it's not like he's playing against NBA caliber type players. He's playing against players that's like him, pretty much, just without the guaranteed contract, which I'm still trying to figure out. Um, Trying to make the league. Um, but yeah, but based off what you seen yesterday, what do you think about Bronny's performance and how you think he's gonna do next week in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I think it's very early on. I think, shooting 2 for 9, he's not there. I think that's just what it is. And like you said, he's playing against the summer league competition, and I think one of the guys that was drafted around his same time had him on a highlight. He was getting crossed over. So, people say, don't hate on the kid. And it's one thing when you're being honest about where somebody is and hating. And I think a lot of people are just honest. Like, I mean, he's obviously going to have the opportunity to become whatever it is. But I just think he's not there yet. So it's going to be, coming into next week in Vegas. I think he's going to be getting abused in some situations. And I think he's going to have his opportunities to show what he's got. But I think it's going to look kind of like this, single digit points. But if he can show whatever his strongest suit is, if he can show what he's able to do, then he'll carve out a spot in the NBA eventually. I don't think this year though.
Or next year or the year after that. But but yeah, like I think, but like you said, like next week is gonna be a better indicator of like where he is as a player. At best, he's a poor man's Drew Holiday. I'm saying that with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
That's the
a
only,
huge grain of salt.
yeah, that's the only comparison I really could have, you know, could come up for Bronny. But next week he's gonna be playing against players, you know, of a higher caliber than the California Classic. And you've seen what he did. Like at one point yesterday, he was 1 for 6, and it was
Yeah,
looking real bad. So he's going up next week. He's going up against top 10 picks, um, 1 to 3 year players who's like been in the league already. And yeah, like if he doesn't have a good showing next week, like it's gonna be hard for him in the NBA, even in the G League. It's gonna be hard for him. But with that guaranteed contract, which I'm still trying to figure out with the last pick of the draft, You know,
right.
I don't
But
see him spending that much time in the G League.
yeah, and it just comes down to I said this to somebody today. It pays that your dad is the most powerful person in the NBA, and you're on Clutch Sports, which arguably some people say runs the NBA. So like it's if he doesn't play a minute in the NBA, he'll still get that money, and I don't see it going any other way. I mean, unless LeBron retires and they're like, yeah, whatever, kid. But yeah, it's this is going to be the story of the summer. And if he plays poorly, it'll be the story of the summer. If he plays great, it'll still be the story of the summer.
So
So
it's gonna be
it's
the story of the year, pretty much.
yeah, right, right, right,
So Bronny aside, summer league's coming up. You know, been a lot of free agent news since last week. Was been like this week, like this year, free agent C has been like the slowest one. Like usually as soon as like 12 a.m. opens up, you know,
right.
all the deals start coming through. I'm like, this year for some reason it was last Sunday, and teams officially could have started negotiating at 5 p.m. And I'm like 5 p.m. came and passed, nothing happened. 5:15, nothing happened. 6 o'clock come, here comes a little bit of news. Nothing major, but tampering's dead, man. Like what the hell's going on? They've been
Yeah,
stuck.
yeah, there used to be, deals used to be already in place. So like the minute, like 12:01, the stuff was Twitter was buzzing. But yeah, you're right. They kind of cut that out.
You know, I think the Sixers so far they won the offseason. Like I kind of had a feeling when Paul George was on NBA Countdown during the NBA Finals, like something behind the scenes was going on, and my instincts was kind of right. You know, the Sixers they signed him, they signed Eric Gordon, and they signed Andre Drummond to kind of back up Embiid once he gets hurt, and they just signed Khalid Martin from the Miami Heat.
Right.
Um, Shit, that Atlantic Division next year, oh my God, you got them. Um, the retool Knicks, you can't really count them out. And like until somebody knocked them off, whether you like them or not, the Celtics are number one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no dispute against that. I mean, they won. So, you can't hide that. But I think the Sixers are once again in a prime spot to elevate themselves and to not get knocked out in the first or second round. It's just a matter of can they put it all together. Health is obviously going to be a major thing. Paul George has had his health issues. Obviously, we know that Embiid had his health issues. But Tobias Harris will not be on the team. This is with all these trades that have gone on, he's kind of been one of those staple players, and now he ended up getting shipped off. So they got a new look, and it's just a matter if they can put it together when it matters. Same thing we were saying about Boston.
And I forgot to mention that they have Tyrese Maxey too. He's coming off of a All-Star caliber season.
Right, right, true, true.
Like, ooh, that Sixers team, and they're going to be hard to beat. And you just mentioned Tobias Harris. Shout out to him. You know, he's the MVP of the offseason so far to me. Like this dude stay collected the bag.
Facts,
Like
facts, and not even being a clutch player or he's not a big three top player, but yeah, he decided to go to Detroit, but he went for the bag and he got it.
you know, his father is his agent. So, you know, shout out to the Harris family.
Yeah, and he's got a brother. I don't know if you've seen that picture circulating, but his brother almost looks almost like a twin to him.
Yeah, his brother used to play at Providence. Like
Okay.
their
I
family.
figured he probably played, but I
Yeah.
didn't know,
I
yeah,
know the
where.
family. They're from Long Island. I I know the two brothers. I know the sister. She's in real estate now. Yeah, but they're a nice family. I actually went to school with one of his family members.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's how I
Cool. Cool.
yes, that's how I got to know them a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, hey, well, shout out to them, man. They got a huge bag to do what they please with in Detroit of all places. But I don't blame them.
shit, sign me up.
Yeah, really,
Shit, I'll
really.
go.
What you need me to do, man? I'll be the end of the bench player. I mean, because them dudes getting paid way more than I am right now.
Mhm. No, speaking of somebody that just got paid, Franz Wagner from the Orlando Magic, he just signed a 5-year, $224 million contract. Do you think that's overpay or underpay, or fair market value for a player of his caliber?
I think I think it's a little bit of both. It's overpaid, but it is the market, and if you want to keep the player on your team, you're gonna have to overpay. But I mean, that's 44 a year. I mean, if you rewind back a couple years ago, that would be like Steph money, that would be LeBron money, that would be Harden type money. But just the way the contracts are going, I think that's what the going rate would have been. But yeah, I think it's overpaying.
If they sign Wagner to 224 million, I can only imagine what Ben Carroll's going to get. He's probably going to touch that $300 million mark too, just like Tatum and Brown.
Probably, probably. He's definitely gonna get paid more than Franz for sure. So yeah, that I'm looking forward to seeing what that contract number is gonna be
Hmm.
because it's these stars that are on their rookie deals and showing that they are making an All Star team and being top 10 or top 15 in scoring. Them contracts are gonna be crazy.
And shout out to the Magic. I see them kind of making moves, trying to break out from the middle of the pack in the Eastern Conference. They also signed KCP. They gives him that gives them additional defense and a bit more shooting. And they're also rumored to, be interested in Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans. I think he fits that team. He just has to stay healthy. And while the Chicago Bulls are in a fire sale, I think they should inquire about Zach LaVine.
Yeah, yeah, might as well, might as well. And I know we in the past we were talking about D'Angelo Russell, but it looks like he's staying in LA. But yeah, if you can get Brandon Ingram, I mean that would be great. If that's possible. But yeah, with what's going on in Chicago, I mean they were trying to get Ship Levine for the longest. So I mean, see what they want. At this point, they're willing to ship him off for. I think they were the asking was I don't know who it was 2 1s if that was him or if that was somebody else, but obviously he's not worth 2 1s if that's what they're trying to get.
Honestly, I would kind of I would give him a first round pick. Maybe I'll protect it if it's top 10, and then I'll give him an expired contract that might be expiring in a year or two, because
Yeah,
that might get it done. And if you have to have a third team, so be it. But a team like the Magic, it's hard for them to get free agents. It's not like, a big three is gonna conspire to come to Orlando. That's just
right.
being
Yeah, yeah.
uh
That's one of those hard cities to try to do that.
yeah, so I just think they should roll the dice. I mean, Zach LaVine's only 29. It feels like he's 36 and been in the league since like 2012 for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. True. I mean, you don't have anything to lose if it somehow doesn't work out. You can probably
Hey,
trade him again at the trade deadline. I mean,
hey,
that's what
and
the
they have
Mavs did.
and they haven't used their amnesty clause in a few years neither. So if that worked, if they hypothetically trade for Zach LaVine, they can just use their amnesty clause just to buy him out if it don't work out for some reason, or if he gets hurt again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to take some risks.
Mhm. No, speaking of taking risks, this is a perfect segue for that. Another player that just got the bag, well, a little bit of a bag. I figured he would have got more. Miles Bridges, he re-signed with the Hornets, 3 years, 75 million. How you feel about that one?
Yeah. That one, I mean, if anybody knows him, it would be them. I think that is obviously a ton of money. He's had his issues, but I was thinking to myself, man, he must have like showed them like, okay, I'm done with being linked to the foolishness or having anything, you know, messing up what I'm trying to do for the team. But I was a little bit surprised because I didn't think it was going to come from that same team. But again, they probably know him the best, so
Hey,
more power to both sides.
hey, a person of his like off the court stuff aside, a person of his caliber, honestly, I think should have got more money. And I think his off the court stuff kind of
Yeah,
devalued him a lot in the eyes of a lot of teams. Because look, if Wagner's getting 224 million, there's no reason why
right,
he can crack at least 150 million.
right. True. I
Yeah.
I, I give you that.
But yeah, so he's gonna have honestly, he should use these next 3 years to kind of rehab himself in the eyes of a lot of people. Obviously, he can't take back what he did. You can't really change people's minds if they like you. They like you. If they don't, they they just don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought one team was gonna at least overpay for him, and I thought it for some reason I wanted it to be the Clippers. Boy,
And that could have been a possibility.
the Clippers are the gift that just keeps on giving.
Yeah,
They
yeah. They,
signed.
they just love they just love giving out massive contracts for nothing.
They gave out a contract to KPJ after what he did. Josh Primo, the Flasher, and Kai Jones, the whatever, like he's been on as of late. Like I don't want to speculate and just say, oh, this guy's on drugs or whatever, but he's clearly on some sort of substance.
Yeah. That's 100% true. If anybody's seen the some of those weird Instagram or whatever TikTok or whatever those videos were, yeah, he's not. You may need to talk some things out. You may need to go to a therapist, which I mean, no shame, but you may need to talk through some things.
Boy, if there was ever a chance to do a hard knocks type of reality show or training camp, this is the team. I'm sorry. And if they would have signed Bridges, that would have been must see TV. The real last chance you, as I wrote.
Yeah, yeah, that would have definitely lived up to it. And they got Derrick Jones Jr. that they end up signing, a former Maverick, and so yeah, I don't see this team going anywhere anytime soon.
Speaking of your Mavs, they signed Klay Thompson. Whatever's left of that, like, what do you think about that? Do you think it's enough balls in Dallas for him and Luca and Kyrie to sort of coexist?
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a ton of open shots. I mean, obviously with Luca and Kyrie driving and being those guys that have the ball in their hands until the last couple seconds, and then they end up passing it. I mean, I think Clay's got a great opportunity here. Is he washed? I really want to say no, just because I'm hoping a change of scenery, and he still almost shot 40% last year, but I think he's not the same play. He's not also the same defensive player, but he is still. You still got to respect his shot. I mean, because he's been great at it for the past however many years he's been in the league. So I'm excited about it. I think they definitely needed a shooter. Derrick Jones Jr. was good while he was here, but he really wasn't that high of a percentage shooter. So bringing in Clay, if you get somewhat what he did in Golden State, and if he can hit shots like clutch shots when it matters, I think it'll be a great pickup. Now, if he's going 0 for 10 Clay every game, then okay, then it's a problem. But I like the pickup for now.
And he brings championship and veteran experience. That's something
Right.
really didn't have in the finals. Like,
Right.
say, if you put Klay Thompson on that team with Derrick Jones, they'll probably still lose to the Celtics, but it'll be maybe a competitive 6 or 7 game series.
Yeah, they wouldn't have gotten knocked out like they did. So I definitely agree with you there. And I
And
think partnering him with with Kyrie, I think is going to be a great partnership.
and Clay, he sort of felt disrespected that Golden State didn't offer him the max before they maxed out Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins. So like he has that chip on his shoulder. Like they think I'm washed up. They think they're gonna sign these guys over me who brought 4 rings. So I can sort of see him taking that personally, taking a page
Yeah,
out of his book a little bit. But
I
yeah,
mean, and you need that. You need that in a player. You have to have some type of revenge, some type of I'm gonna get you back. You got to have that in you. I think at this level, and so yeah, he's ready, and I feel like he's been disrespected for the past couple of years, and it was basically they were telling him you're washed, like even without them coming out and actually saying it. So yeah, I think he's ready to show the world, what he's got.
the only concern I have is Luca. Like Luca, for as great he is, he really doesn't make his teammates better. Like he takes way too much shots from.
Yeah,
So like
but
I
but and also he waits to the very last second and he does these passes where he's jumping like he's shooting and then he passes it to the. I mean, it's like 2 seconds left on the shot clock and he's passing the ball. So I mean, he Luca's got some work to do. Like everybody puts him on this pedestal, but and he's been playing in the Olympic trials. So, I mean, like the dude needs to take a break as well. But
hey man, better Luca than somebody from my team. That's all I got to say.
yeah, I hear you. I hear
But
you.
yeah, I just don't see Clay standing in the corner while Luca dribbles, 18 seconds off the shot clock.
Yeah,
Just standing in the corner waiting for the ball like he's PJ Tucker or something. And like Clay, he's played with Steph for so long. Like Steph Curry's passes is nowhere near like Luca's passes. So like I don't even know how he's going to like catch them things.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be definitely be some adjusting. I mean, since he's already officially signed, hey man, get him, take a couple weeks off, but get in the lab and get in the lab now with Kyrie. I mean,
Hmm.
you gotta work that chemistry out, or else it's gonna be, a train wreck early on.
Well, the good thing about for Mavs fans and yourself is Slovenia, they lost to Greece yesterday, so they're not going to Paris. So
Yeah, yeah,
it's
he's
off the rest
done.
of the summer or at least a few weeks off to rest or and then get back in the lab with Kyrie and Clay and do their little off-season workout videos from the producers of Hoodie Mellow and whatever Ben Simmons moniker
Yeah,
name is.
whatever gym that Ben Simmons is at. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I can't wait to see the Ben Simmons mixtape, and it's gonna come. It's gonna come, and then when the season starts, we'll be like, what happened to that same Ben Simmons at the Lifetime Fitness?
Contract year Ben Simmons, that's gonna be something.
Hey, it better be if he want another deal. But the way the money's flowing, yeah, if he just plays solid, I mean he'll get another deal.
Can you imagine if 2018 Ben Simmons was around and like the current CBA as we know it today was around? You know how much money he would be banking?
Yeah, true.
Like he might be a $300 million man.
Yeah, yeah. If he was at that same level, I I agree. I mean, easy. He would have got paid that easy.
Wasted potential, man. That's all I say about Ben Simmons.
Yeah, man. It's sad. It's sad to see how that worked out.
Kind of want to end on a good note. The Kings, they've been the laughing stock pretty much since 20, what was it, '06?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
right around there.
The last couple of years they made strides to finally make the playoffs. De'Aaron Fox kind of gave them an ultimatum to improve their roster, or he's gonna, and more or less, he basically told him improve the roster, or he's walking. Um, they signed DeMar DeRozan last night. One of the clutchest players in the NBA who should have won that award, but of course they had to give Steph Curry something. What do you think about DeMar going to the Kings, and what do you think he has to offer at this stage of, his career? Not like he's a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I like the pickup. I think at 34, obviously you're bringing some veteran leadership. Um, they only got three guys over 30: Alex Lynn, JaVale McGee, and then DeRozan. But I mean, I think he'll be an immediate scorer, immediate impact. And you hope that this keeps De'Aaron Fox. I mean, this is maybe somebody that he mentioned or something. So, but also on the flip side, I think this means nobody, and absolutely nobody, wants to come to the Lakers because he was linked to the Lakers too, and it's just nobody wants to go there, and I think that's another part of the storyline. But I'm looking forward to seeing Sacramento. I think obviously they played well in opportunities that they've had on kind of big stages, but can they make that next step? And hopefully, this is that move that can help them.
And I was kind of surprised he went to the Kings. At this point in his career, I thought he was going to go at least to a title contender.
Yeah.
Kind of wanted him to go to LA, after I seen him at the Kendrick concert, crip walking and being in the video and like doing all this wild shit. But yeah, the Kings, I really didn't expect them to go there. Like at best, like the Kings, they're a middle of the pack team, to be honest with you. Like they're not in the bottom, but they're not at the top neither. But I think they're more towards the bottom than the top. But yeah, honestly, I hope it works out for them. They seem like a good franchise. I haven't been to their new arena. I went to the old Arco arena once, a few times actually. They have the elite oatmeal cookies if you ever find yourself over there.
Okay.
So
That's what they're known for.
yeah, yeah. I really didn't expect him to go to the Kings. He should have came to the Eastern Conference. A team like the Bucks could have used him. Think he would have been a good fit there. Um, but yeah, like maybe even the Suns, but that might have created another log jam for them. They're another story. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but
Yeah. 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 I think I agree with you. It was surprising. I mean, of all teams that he went to, and I thought he was going to go to the Lakers. I just thought it was like a done deal. He's getting towards, the end of his career. Obviously, you want to come home, but no, he was like, "No, I'm good. I'm gonna go to Sacramento." So
and like low key, that would have been a good fit for them. I mean, like he could have played like with LeBron because like LeBron, he's more or less of a point guard anyway. So like he can really like even though LeBron needs to dominate the ball, like I feel LeBron would have gave DeRozan the ball whenever he needed it. And yeah, they probably would have had to tinker with the lineup, maybe play LeBron at the four, DeRozan at the three or the two, and AD at the five. But yeah, I thought that would have been a good fit. Like even the Clippers would might have been a good fit instead of signing Kai Jones and KPJ.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. And maybe he wanted to go to the younger team, but
Chill.
you
Or
know,
even the Mavs, what would have been a elite fit too with Klay Thompson.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that would have been great right there. Now it's not a lot of shots to pass around in that situation, but on paper it would have
Hey,
looked great.
he could have been their closer. That's another veteran presence that could have helped the Mavericks.
True, true. Yeah, I'll give you that. I give you that. But I wish the best for the Kings. It's good. It's good to see another Western Conference team kind of give the top seeds a run for their money. So we'll see how it pans out.
I need you to announce that the Kings are going to be the 1 seed next year. Announce it.
I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that. I hope. I mean, it would be great for them to be up there somewhere, but
Weren't they like the top three like the year before last or
yeah, they were. I think they were the top seed. I think a couple years ago. I'm not. Let me see real quick. 2022, 23. Oh, they were the third seed.
yeah.
Wow. So
It,
it's possible.
yeah, but that was before OKC and they just signed my boy Hartenstein from New York. So I think
Yeah,
they're gonna be the top seed in the East. Like Hartenstein, like they needed an interior presence in the playoffs, and it showed. Like that's why they should have traded for Gafford instead of the Mavericks. But yeah, they got Hartenstein. A lot of New Yorkers are mad. Nah, I'm really not, because look, he's a journeyman player, bouncing around for the past 8 years or whatever. 27 years old. The Knicks didn't have their birds rights, his birds right. So I'm not hating. Like as a if you were a journeyman player, would you chase the bag or stay with the team that gave you a chance? Well, like
I'm
less money.
chasing. Yeah, I'm chasing the bag.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
like you never know when that chance might happen again. And like honestly, I don't know how he's gonna fit in with OKC. So he might as well just cash in while his stock was out. And it sucks that the business of the game kind of drove him out of New York. I understand it because I'm around it. A lot of people don't. And as you know, I'm always beefing with people that don't know what they're talking about. So I made a promise to myself starting next season. If you're not around the league or cover the league, or I'm just not gonna talk basketball. So that's my pledge for next season. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
friends, family, whoever.
yeah. It don't matter. And everybody can get it.
And I hate to sound like Kobe when Kobe told Smush Parker he didn't have enough credentials to talk to him. That's gonna be me all whole next season.
Yeah, yeah. You can't talk to me if you got credit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I need to see your stats.
right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. What are you working with?